Hello everybody and welcome back. The next thing that we'll take a look at are gestures. What is this? Well, basically that's one very important thing from mobile app development. Basically, when you're having different gestures on your mobile, you can trigger different functions. For example, if I have a single tap, I can open something. If I have double tap or just press it for longer, it can execute different functions depending on my different behavior over some button. So let's take a look at the demo that I prepared to you. Opening the app folder, I'm going to open views because here is our main code. So opening views, I have page main, and inside it I got main.js and main.xml. The first thing that I want to take a look at is the XML, and after that we're going to review code behind that front end. So inside of main XML, what I have? I'm referring my page and I'm attaching loaded handler. So when this page is loaded, I want to call page loaded function. Inside it, I'm formatting things in stack layout. First, what we have are three labels. The first one is saying pan to move. Second one, double tap to enlarge, and won't press to restore size. So basically, that's the description of different gestures that we can do on our next label, and depending on that, we're going to trigger different functions. After that, inside our stack layout, assembling of label element, we have absolute layout. Inside it, we got a label. Now, this is the element over which we're going to execute our functions. So these labels are just description. If you make double tap on this one, it will just enlarge. If you make one press on this one, it will just restore the size. So this element has ID rect and class rect. Let's now take a look at code behind. What I'm doing here? Well, initially I'm adding use strict, which is basically mandatory personally for me and my development in JavaScript. Then I'm requiring and importing the module view, and then the absolute layout as well. After I import it, I get the object absolute layout and I store it inside this variable. Then the function that we have is page loaded, and basically this function will be executed when our page is loaded, and here we export it. So let's see what we're doing here. The first thing is I'm getting the arguments object and save them inside a page. Then I'm saying let rect is equal to view.getView by ID rect over that page. So basically here I'm saying, all right, get this page that I'm passing you, and after that, give me the element with ID rect. If you remember, that was this label here. All right, so we're having the element, we're having the page. Let's see what we're going to do with them now. I'm defining an object initial size and setting up two properties, width and height, with initial values 100 and 100. And then I'm saying rect, which is the element which I'm using, dot width is equal to initial size dot width, and rect dot height equals initial size dot height. Basically here I'm setting the width and height to the initial size that we have. Then we're going to attach our gestures or the handlers. How we're doing it? Here the first thing that we have is pan to move. So this will be the first one that we would like to attach. So I'm saying rect the element dot on event or gesture pan. So when I do this, I'm going to execute the following function. What is doing that function? We receive the arguments, and then I'm saying let top equals absolute layout dot get top from rect, and then getting left. So we're getting top and left values of this absolute layout. of this absolute layout on this rect element. After we get it, we say top plus equals arguments from delta y and left with delta x. Then after we increase the values and sum them, we're going to say absolute layout.set top with rect and top, and absolute layout.set left on this element, this left size. After that, let's see how we're making another gesture. Again, I'm saying rect.on double tap. So for them, basically, these are specific keywords that You can, for example, Google or review all gestures of NativeScript. So I'm saying when you make double tap on rect element, I would like to get rect.width, right, and rect.height and multiply the values by 2. So increase them with 100%. The last one is rect.on. So when you do a wonk press, what I'm going to do is just restore the initial size. I'm doing that by saying rect.width equals initial size.width, which was the object that we specified earlier here with the default values. And then I'm saying rect.height equals initial size.height. That's all the code. I can suggest you to play more with it. What you can do as well as more practice is add here another gestures with your own whatever you decide you want to test. Add more, and after that here you can add your label, structure it better, and start testing how this is working. But here is the basic example how we're using them and the practice to which you should stick and the development way of that. Thank you very much and good luck with creating your own gestures.